Greetings and happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to one and to all. Perhaps it is Wednesday, depending upon where you are on the globe. And it appears that it is a watch, a government shutdown watch. Will the government shut down at 12:01 a.m. is the question. And it's quiet out here in front of the White House. Very quiet. As you can see, the beautiful flag flying high. And how beautiful the grounds are. There are a few people here taking photos. Not too busy tonight. I think all the action may be or may have been on Capitol Hill. Again, beautiful night here in Washington, D.C. Your thoughts on whether or not the government will shut down? Will they come to what I've seen in the past, a continuing resolution? Or will people be without paychecks? Welcome to those that have come in. Again, this is a beautiful, beautiful view of the White House here in Washington, D.C. Which again, everyone is on pins and needles wondering if the government will shut down at 12:01 a.m. Will this situation be worked out? Those of you that are coming in, please double tap. And your thoughts. Hi there, Betsy, how are you? Thank you so much for the thumbs up. Again, this is live from Washington, D.C. Hi there, Chase the Goat. Hi there, Mally. Those of you that are coming in, please hit double tap. It is free. And I don't ask of anything else, just double tap. And your comments as to whether you think the government will shut down at 12:01 a.m. Hi there, Juanito. Again, there's another good shot of the American flag. And you can see others, just a few others here. And right there. Let me zoom in really quickly for you all. Are the nice Secret Service police that are there. Thank you for the hearts. Again, pretty quiet, but I believe you're going to see more information at the Capitol. So let me zoom back out so you all get a better shot. There you go. Hi there, Carrie. How are you? Those of you coming in, please double tap. And thank you. Live from Washington, D.C. in front of the White House. This is the nation's capital. Some of you might be able to see the lawn here. And beautiful waterfall. And just above the flag. Hi, Benjamin. Okay. Thank you, Betsy. Getting some more people coming down.
I'll stand in front, guys. I'll stand in front. I won't block you.
These are amazing views. Benjamin, I am not sure, and trust me, can't get any closer to find out whether or not he is or not. Corey says, I think they're going to cut the power off to that water fountain. That wasn't nice, Corey. Around midnight, well, hopefully I will be gone and I'll be able to see my way out of here with no problems. That was really cute. I don't think that's going to happen, though, Corey. I think all systems are go where I am right now. No doubt.
You got the right guy.
Hold your hands up like you're holding up.
Yes, it is, Benjamin. Those of you that are here, please make sure you double tap. Please and thank you.
I know.
It most certainly is. And here's the flag again for you all. It's actually very beautiful at night. Samson said, turn off the lights and light a candle. No, you did not come in this chat with Teddy P. Yes, Benjamin. I just showed you, and I'll show you again. Right behind. You see those two gentlemen right there? Those are the Secret Service. Oh, that wasn't nice, Senor Spicy. That wasn't nice at all. You may not agree with a lot of what people say or their feelings, but taking lives is not a good thing. Those of you that are coming in, please hit the double tap. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. That's free as well. Benjamin, I am a supporter of truth and justice for all. Again, your thoughts on whether or not the government will shut down at 12:01 a.m. You can hear some more footage. I think the construction for the ballroom is around on the other side.
I wish.
As far as illegals with criminal past, absolutely.
Back down.
Last minute, he said something came up. Yeah, you had to yeah, there you go.
Senior, and I support everyone's opinion. I may not agree, but I support them. All opinions are welcome, just be respectful. So again, your thoughts on whether or not the government will shut down at 12:01 a.m. Again, for those of you just coming in, you can see it's pretty quiet. A few more people have come in. And the Secret Service is just behind those people back there. Glenn Max. Totally should think about that. Federal government shutdown. I remember years ago when I was much younger, I went through a furlough when it shut down, and before they were able to at least come with a continuing resolution. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, this has happened before many times, unfortunately. I remember going to work and not getting paid. So, again, I was much younger at the time, but unfortunately, this is what happens. And there was a pretty significant split in the House, so we will see what happens again at 12:01 a.m. Will the federal government, shut down at 12:01 a.m.? Now, keep in mind, those that are deemed essential will not be affected. Keep that in mind. Those that are deemed essential employees are normally not affected. I can show you some more people that are down here. And a few more people have come down here. Some man and his doggy. Hey there, sweet little doggy. Some families as well. Again, you can see the Secret Service gentleman right there. They're next to the gentleman in the blue long sleeve shirt. Absolutely, Benjamin. It is, I believe, around 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Only two of my arms can fit.
Only have 2 arms.
Again, a beautiful, beautiful night as far as weather is concerned. There's the flag again. Just an awesome view of the White House.
That is.
We still have quite a few tourists here in DC. That would be around the museums and Union Station. So very, very quiet and peaceful here in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C.
No, every time you buy a cheeseburger and they tell you like 65 cents, it pays for that. People love McDonald's, so hey, yeah, more. No. Yeah, it's all.
More people are coming in. Benjamin, I think you know the answer to that question.
I don't know if we can see the other side.
You see there's a gate right here. You see my hand? There's a gate. Daniel, I am on a government shutdown watch. and enjoying a beautiful scene in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., which is the White House. We are free to come down, take pictures, film, until Secret Service says we have to leave. If you jump the gate, what will happen? What do you think will happen? Do you see this gate? Sorry, but I'm not Andre the Giant. And even he wouldn't be able to jump that gate. Or I don't even believe would even think about doing that. You do realize that if you look high above on each side, there are people up there on the roof watching. You understand that, right? I'm sure you do. And another gorgeous view. Unemployed behavior. Daniel, you should never judge. You should never judge. I just got off work about a half an hour ago. And I work at a law firm. So please, be careful with judging people. And we have a Secret Service vehicle that is pulling up, as you can see. Hello there, Miss Catherine. Hi there, Definition. I do not know that, Benjamin. Hi there, Reg and Walker. Hello to you as well. And we have more vehicles just leaving out, as you can see. Benjamin, go ahead with your question, sir. I'm listening. Or looking at you. Again, the Secret Service is behind me. See other vehicles. And the vehicle that was on the ground leaving out. A government shutdown is where they cannot come to an agreement on funding, and usually when this happens, and it's happened before, the government or portions of the government will shut down, where people will not get paid, some services will not be provided. Often people refer to it as a continuing resolution. The fiscal year ends September the 30th, not physical year, but fiscal year. F as in Frank, I-S-C-A-L, fiscal year ends September the 30th, and it begins on October the 1st. I know that oh so well, by being a former federale myself, as I mentioned earlier. So you're looking at contracts and grants, again, perhaps furloughs. We'll see. There was a story that I saw earlier where Maxine Waters appeared to be a little bit upset. I'm not sure if an agreement will be made again at 12:01 a.m. Hey there, Calais. Hey there, Sean. Sean, I actually spoke to the Secret Service Okay? Again, you don't know my background, so you can continue trolling. It's quite all right with me. Hey, Tracy. You as well. Hey there, Calais, my beautiful. How are you, my beautiful ideal? Now, Harry, that wasn't nice. Don't talk about Auntie, Auntie Max. Now you're gonna make the phone shake. Auntie Max like that. You leave Auntie Maxine alone. She has been around for many, many, as my mother used to say, many, many, many moons. Those that are coming in, thank you. I appreciate it. And if you don't mind, please make sure you double tap. Of course they're watching me. They're watching everyone. Now, Master League said, too many moons. Now, that could be said for many people in the house, okay? Richard said, not everyone. What were they throwing out of the second story window that day? Let's see. I am not even going to respond to some of these questions. But again, greetings, everyone. And again, those of you that are coming in. Question is, do you believe that the federal government will shut down at 12:01 a.m.? 12:01 a.m. will be October the 1st. Or will they come to a last minute, a Hail Mary, for those of you familiar with football? Hail Mary shot, where they come to an agreement and they pass the bill and everyone can return to work, whether they are essential or non-essential employees. Yes, Sean, I mentioned that earlier. I remember when I was a youngster in the government, I was furloughed, and I'm like, Mama, can I borrow some money, please? So yes, I've been through this. Sally Baltimore, Idiocracy has come out to be the washing machine. Will it be in the yard soon? You tell me. Richard Mulhead says true. Sergey, welcome. Those of you that are coming in, please make sure that you hit the double tap. Okay, y'all, listen. Let me see if they come over to me.
Trump is king. Jesus is king. There you go. Jesus is king.
Amen.
But Trump is father.
Let me set up one.
Okay. We have some Trump supporters here. Thank you again for those coming in. Sorry about that. Please double tap if you don't mind. I appreciate it. And Servando says, the President, Vice President, and civil officers of the United States shall be removed from office on impeachment for and conviction of treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. Sergey says, a bunch of nutcases in Washington. Hey there, Zeta. How are you? And thank you for those that have thumbed up. Again, we have even more people coming in. I don't know if they're going to let me interview them or not. I doubt it. Hey there, lead wire. I am downtown, and it's a possibility that the federal government will shut down at 12:01 a.m. And Obey Sulking, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, is who's going to remove him. And Richard says his health, and then I see some LOLs in there. You all be respectful. Again, I'm not going to censor anyone, but please be respectful. There are many people that agree with President Trump's ideologies while others do not. And again, these people referenced Donald Trump and Trump for 2028. You're welcome, Lead Wire. How are you doing, Calais, and everyone else? And again, thank you for those who have come in. More people are coming down. I imagine more will as it nears midnight. There are some people that may be at the Capitol, but I'm sure the congressmen and women are gone by now. I believe this one right here is about to speak.
Yeah,
Sergey, there are a lot of people here that are not American. But again, I do not fault you for your opinion. We all have them. Obey says, let's all vote for Jesus Christ next time. Oh, thank you, Lead Wire. Richard says 97% of us did. Thank you to those that have left. But now I want to get this interview.
just because it looks really like.
Can you see more people here?
I should probably do it.
Smile for this one.
We better do that for everything. No, you look beautiful.
I don't want to get in their way.
Name tag or not?
Serious? Well, I'm gonna do like my.
For sure. So classy.
Do like my.
Can you see more people coming in?
I'm gonna do one right now. Oh, wait, let me do mine. I'm gonna go dog because I just got the new, but it looks good. Oh, this is so cute. You're looking at this. I gotta show you this. She was looking at you. Looking at She is cute. I know. Look at how good. But actually, no, that's better. So hers is like that. It's just a part. It's not that.
Okay, one of the civil or Secret Service members are leaving. Hey there, my beautiful ideal. How are you? Over there.
We're going into the Capitol.
Okay. You guys are Of course.
Okay, he just said he's a real patriot and is going into the Capitol. What does that mean? I do not know.
Can we get one photo? We have one photo here. It's a little bit to the left. A little bit.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Is this good? All right. Richard says January 6th, 2029.
Everybody's in our phone, but we can count them out.
I gotta take one with flash, you know.
Those of you that are coming in, if you don't mind, please double tap. And thank you. God bless America indeed. And behind, which you cannot see because it looks like it's hidden, is the monument. And you can hear some sirens in the faint distance. Get back over here. I think they're done, yes. A lot of people are down here, as I mentioned, taking photos and getting some footage. Now this was gated all the way off at one time a couple of weeks ago, but they've allowed a little bit more access.
Oh, no. It's the hot spot. I'm so happy.
Get my water.
Right here, we'll get your... We're gonna get... Is that right? They just want to see you grab a couple years. So sweet. That way you guys can get them.
So you can see
Oh, I got
the people down here tonight, September the 30th, 2025. And the question is, will the federal government shut down at 12:01 a.m.?
I'm watching. No, they are. They're lawyers for pharmaceuticals. Are they really? Wait, you guys said friends. Will there be ever anything more? Okay. Could you get one of Kelly and I real quick?
And these happy-go-lucky people don't seem to be concerned whatsoever. They seem to be extremely happy, as you can see. No concerns whatsoever. Richard says Epstein files and inflation.
You guys are amazing. What you do is amazing.
And there are still people coming in.
The angles are great. Really? Like that? We can crop it later. How about a bit more of a side pose? Side pose. Yeah, just, don't look at me. Yeah, look that way. Yes.
Are you want to take it with mine?
Yeah, I don't know how to do it, but mine's not exactly example.
And you got some fancy applications as well.
Again, thank you to those that have joined and those that have given this a thumbs up.
Imagine you're with your younger.
Douglasville, how are you?
Yeah, do that for me.
The question is, will the federal government shut down, meaning no more funding, at 12:01 a.m.?
One more?
Will an agreement be reached to provide for funding? Is there a continuing resolution in place? Again, as Richard, I believe, said earlier, this happened, or Gene, Richard or Gene, one of the two, said earlier this happens often, and it does. I remember being furloughed years and years ago.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Perfect.
So that's what's going on. It's on the news. So this isn't clickbait. This is not clickbait. This is the real deal, Holyfield. Douglasville says, right. I hope not. Yeah, that was a rough time for me. I was much younger, and as I mentioned earlier, I had to call home to my mama
outside the White House, right? Okay. And so I'm gonna have a second
to ask for a little bit of change to help get her baby girl through. And it wasn't like I wasn't working, but during a furlough, it didn't matter.
Yeah, all you need is one feed. The other feed is just gonna be for you to be able to see silk. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna reconnect right now. You're gonna see the White House. Okay.
So I'm sure there are a lot of federal workers who are considered non-essential, very concerned right now, and those that are expecting to receive services, because keep in mind, October the 1st is payday for a lot of people and for a lot of services. Hey there, Bruce. How are you? And welcome. Those of you coming in, if you would be so kind, could you please just double tap? Just take your finger and tap. If you are unable to do that, then take your nose and just hit the screen twice, real softly and gently. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, Munman says, who lives there? Munman, now you know good and darn well who lives here at the White House. Let's not troll too much. Who says Donald Trump is a... Okay, I'm not going to repeat that. I'm sure people can see that in the chat. Hey there, my beautiful Anita. How are you? Thank you for those that are giving me a thumbs up. I appreciate you.
Sorry, can you say again, please?
Red-blooded American. Look how beautiful the White House is when it's not up like the rainbow. It is actually a very beautiful scene. And let me get a little bit closer. You see, these are...
Can you guys hear me?
This is the gate right here. This is my hand. Need to get my nails done again, but... So, we're blocked out. But let me see if I can get you a little bit closer in. There's the flag. Again. You can see some vehicles out front. And the lawn. And the beautiful fountain. See? Isn't this view gorgeous? Live from the nation's capital. And Mundan says, nice fountain. RBA is right. That's dirty. I don't know what Casey means. Joe Biggs got 20 years for touching a fence on J6. President Trump is the best POTUS ever. And there were people down here earlier that agreed with your sentiment. Red-blooded American. Again, I see quite a few. Small groups of folks here taking photos and some footage. And No Breaks says, hey there, No Breaks, how are you? Those of you that are coming in, please, if you don't mind, can you just double tap the screen? This is live in Washington, D.C. out of the White House. outside of the White House. And again, the question is, will the federal government shut down at 12:01 a.m.? And no breaks, as I mentioned earlier, said, D.C. is safe again. Thank you, Trump. There's a couple here earlier that said Trump for 2028.
We were here for the 250th Army anniversary.
So you mean the president? This is the easy one. Moving up public.
Again, will the federal government, ladies and gentlemen, shut down at 12:01 a.m.? Will people be without paychecks until an agreement is reached? Will critical services be stymied until an agreement is reached? Hey there, Matt. Red-blooded American says, shut it down and permanently lay off thousands of federal employees. Whoa, red-blooded, why would you say that? And Jack says, TD, that's not your house. Oh my. We have more people that are coming in.
Producer, can you guys hear us here? Are we good? Let's be honest.
Those of you coming in, please double tap. Hey there, Matt, again. This is live. Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, outside of the White House. And the question is, and it is in the news, all over the world, will the United States federal government shut down at 12:01 a.m. or will there be a last-minute agreement that has been reached where thousands will not be affected with pay and other essential services for which they rely upon? Hey there, Jonathan. Matt says, don't worry, be happy. And red-blooded American, I don't want to miss your comment, says, because they're lazy, overpaid, and not earning their keep. Now, red-blooded, I'm a former federale, and I worked my butt off. Okay? Actually, I was a member of those that helped to combat waste, fraud, and abuse. So, not everyone is lazy. But I did witness a lot of that. So, part of that I can agree with. When it came to me and what I did, absolutely not. Those of you that are coming in, please double tap. You can't do it with your finger. Again, use your nose, maybe use your toe. Just a soft tap on your device. I'd appreciate it so very much. Unknown says, MAGA 2028. Red-blooded American says, I call BS. Again, I know what I did and I have the accolades to show it. But again, you're entitled to your opinion and I appreciate you for voicing it. I don't censor. Robert Scott Williams says, MAGA 2028. And Calais is still here, all the way from the Philippines. Again, you see a variety of people here from all over the world. And this one and the sparkles look like they just came from a party. And over here in the middle are your dedicated Secret Service officers keeping an eye on everyone, including me. Hey there, DJ Is, how are you?
I mean, maybe.
Absolutely red-blooded American. Again, everybody is not going to agree, and there are people 100% opposed against me, but I cannot have a platform where people cannot voice their opinion. All I ask is that you be respectful. And I'm sure you have your reasons for thinking the way that you think, and it is quite all right.
Even if I were to step on this and do like hypothetically climb halfway up.
Jonathan says, is this a normal night at the White House? It actually depends. It depends on if something has happened that has grabbed the mainstream news, then you may see some protests, but for the most part, it is actually very quiet. There are some homeless people, though, further up. Way down there's a lady that is in red, and she's been here for a couple of months now. I saw her earlier, so there still is a homeless problem here in D.C., but and to answer your question, it's you're normally pretty quiet.
That's a 6-foot shame.
Security doesn't play here. Ken Brown says, and they all feel safe. Some do. And Red-Blooded American says, ICE already cleaned out the trash. Not everyone, just yet. Red-Blooded American, trust me, I've walked around some of these streets alone late at night. Again, there are just things that you all don't know about my background, and there are things that I've seen, and I actually have shown that you haven't seen. So, not everything is completely clean. And I'll just leave that there. Hard stuff.
Anti-ICE protests that were devolving into anarchy.
Okay.
Decided to come here and give a little first-hand perspective.
All right, I'm gonna go see if I can't get this interview. And Mike says, no, it's not a normal night. It's going to be a government shutdown. Please, is it going to shut down at 12:01 a.m.? This is in front of the White House. The people that you may have seen, some of the head people, like I said, Auntie Maxie, they were at the Capitol earlier. They're gone. No, I don't know if there are any protesters out there. I don't know. I'll check before I leave here. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Red-Blooded American. My apologies to you. Red-Blooded American says I was referring to the illegal trash. Understood. And again, my apologies. I was not clear. So thank you for making me clear on your statement. Mike says, check while walking around, where they always be shadows and people that hide in them no matter where you go. Absolutely. There's a news story that some of you may not be aware of, that a UDC student was attacked. UDC, now that was in a decent area in Washington, D.C. That didn't get a lot of coverage, though. And that person is still on the loose. I'll have to do a video about that, but as I said, there's so much going on here in the DMV, which encompasses the District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia. So, and let's not forget, former FBI Director James Comey was recently indicted. So there's a lot going on here in the nation's capital for those of you that have not been keeping up with the news. A lot. Mike says, okay. Thank you everyone for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Once again, has some big wigs down here.
Democrat Washington, D.C. establishment. They tried to gaslight the American people.
Okay, I'm gonna we want to listen to this guy. Hold on.
And said that he knew nothing about any type of undercover FBI agent.
Hold
They
on.
let us rot away in solitary confinement in the depths of the DC jail without visiting our family for 18 months. They didn't give us a shave or haircut for 18 months. They held us under false pretexts for years while they set up an operation to paint Donald Trump a domestic terrorist and to paint all of his supporters as some type of wild extremists. Meanwhile, they were inside the crowd agitating, orchestrating, and destroying what was a peaceful protest, and they turned it into a complete free-for-all, unfending for our lives. They killed 4 unarmed American patriots that day: Ashley Babbitt, Roseanne Boylan, Kevin Greason, and Benjamin Phillips. The FBI set up, murdered these Americans, and no one has answered for any justice. Christopher Wray, we're coming for you. You're going to see an indictment soon. President Trump has just tweeted about you, lying to Congress. You will see a federal indictment coming soon, sir. And guess what? Read the messages I left you in the D.C. jail walls. You deserve it. Sleep well on that metal mattress.
Wow. Matt says, speech to text I never get right, DC. It's okay, I understand.
We did a Form 95, which is basically an official notice to the FBI and DOJ saying we're coming for recompense. We are coming for reconciliation. You owe us, the American people, all of the
Red-blooded American. I saw that, and that's actually very funny. Thank you for making me laugh.
People have their vocations destroyed. We have put them on notice. We will be filing an official federal court lawsuit this week. They have already been put on notice, and the DOJ and the FBI are complicit in a cover-up. They tried to actually form a coup d'etat and get Donald Trump revoked from being able to even run for president. See, they had a plan for
This is
January
exclusive,
6th.
ladies and
They tried to
gentlemen.
create a false narrative of insurrection so that they could use the constitutional amendment to be able to make sure that President Trump wasn't even allowed to run for president. That is akin to a coup d'etat. They tried to subvert the will of the American people. And Christopher Wray, the due process violations, the Brady material violation, which is the exculpatory evidence, evidence that can help exonerate you in the courtroom, they hid from us. I personally, still, 3 times I applied for bond. I was 25 years old when I was arrested. I never was given bond for 4 years and 6 days. I have no criminal record, and they held me. And I kept on asking in the courtroom, why? Why are you not telling us what federal agents are there, what DHS agents are there, what confidential human sources were there? They hid evidence that the grand jury would have used, that the D.C. courtroom, the trial...
I'm still good right here, sir?
What's that?
I'm still good right here?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Have a good night.
You too. See, that was a nice man from the Secret Service, and he told me that I was good. Whew. Surely didn't want anyone to see me get... Hey there, Lou. G? Luigi? Hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. No, I was asking you a question. Is the federal government going to shut down at 12:01 a.m. because there has not been an agreement as of yet? But right now I'm listening to this gentleman that is speaking.
Riot, that they call it. The January 6th protest that they turned into a riot. I asked for this evidence. They refused to give
John
us
Doe,
this evidence.
you
They held me
are
for
welcome
4
to
years
leave.
without a trial because I did not back down and said, I know there were feds in that crowd, and I deserve to know the name, the badge number, and the assignment of every single federal asset, and know what they did. Did they break into the Capitol?
Absolutely
Did they
no
use
rioting.
ground weapons? Did they instigate
John
an
Doe
act
says, I
against the
hope
crowd?
it shuts
They never
down.
gave us this information, and President Trump just tweeted on Truth Social that he wants the name and badge number of all 274 FBI agents and their exact assignment that day. We need to get to the bottom of this. The American people and President Trump set up on January 6th.
You're not irritating me, John. As long as you're not disrespectful, I don't censor here. So if that is your goal, then try hard. Trust me. I've dealt with criminals You can't irritate me. Grandes Guardian. Again, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Says J6, full of FBI. And you can see how passionate this gentleman is. And he was very kind to me earlier, so I'm listening attentively. My apologies. Hopefully you all can hear this as well.
I believe that this new committee is going to be calling up J6 lawyers.
Oh, thank you, Mike. I appreciate you.
Full scope of information, and then laying it in the people's hands, which we never had the opportunity to. The last J6 Select Committee was a propaganda machine. 13 top cable news networks, all obfuscated and twisted and perverted the story of January 6th in order to try to make Donald Trump out to be some type of RICO criminal.
Okay, so this gentleman appears to be defending Donald Trump and what happened on January 6th. Oh, wow.
But Liz Cheney, Benny Thompson, and all these swamp monsters. Oh, you can't. I think my spine shivers when I think of them. These people will be indicted for lying and purposely trying to.
So it appears that there may be litigation down the pike against FBI agents. Now keep in mind, I did a live not too long ago where I stated that there were roughly 20 FBI agents that were fired as it related to taking a knee in reference to around the, I'll just say, the unaliving of George Floyd. Now, I understand that a lot of people have their thoughts and feelings against that. However, as a result, again, roughly 20 FBI agents who were filmed taking a knee. And keep in mind, those agents, some of those agents said it was a tactic to de-escalate the situation, and they were terminated from their positions by current FBI Director Kash Patel. So yes, I am very aware. I'm woke. I'm woke as to what's going on, and I'm right here in the nation's capital. So this isn't mainstream media. This is not NBC. This is not CNN. What else is out there? Fox News. This is just my little YouTube channel where you just heard an exclusive from someone who was very passionate on his stance, on his perspective of what happened January the 6th and how he feels as though people, listen to him, as people in his perspective is making rhetoric that is not true.
There was not a single American in the crowd, so we spoke to hundreds of people. They were all from
terrible times. You sound like Charles Barkley, who used to say terrible instead of terrible, but terrible times. He's someone that, again, is passionate and is defending Trump and January 6th. Grandy's Guardian says, fight, fight, fight. Thomas says, Floyd OD, though had a C-19 with a heart condition, pepper spray. Yes, and I read all of those, but I also read an autopsy where it was ruled a homicide. So again, people can debate that. However, it's done. So let me listen to him some more, you all.
Very vigilant about who is coming into our country and what their motives are, Sylvie.
Okay, so he's speaking about people entering the country. So this is very good. No, this is not an act at all. He's very serious. And he mentioned indictments and lawsuits, and he mentioned some names for those of you that have been here. And there's another Secret Service agent, and he didn't bother this gentleman whatsoever. And again, he's voicing his opinion. He has not said anything racial or disrespectful. He is expressing himself. AU says most of them trying to replace CK. I don't know
This is a simple
about that.
question. Name the last mass shooter that was a MAGA supporter. They keep on trying to claim these people were, but we keep digging into all their social medias. All of them are either trans activists, avowed Marxists, or Democrat donors. The Democrat Party has shifted because their ideas can't win into violence. They are silencing.
I'm just going to pan over here real quickly. There are more people coming in.
Bullets. Of course, we all know the Democrat Party is a domestic terrorist operation. They are the ones that are funding Antifa. And let me just put it this way, so look at the way God
Trouble
is
Time
shifting
said,
the economy.
did anyone mention
I
that
was
the
labeled a
psych
domestic
evaluation
terrorist.
team
President Trump was on stand. He
is
was
on their
on
way?
trial. We were all being persecuted, given 9 months later, and all these people now, we have 36 arrests against Antifa. They're being charged federal charges as domestic terrorists. They're all in prison. James Comey's going to prison, and the whole entire...
As I mentioned just a few moments earlier, James Comey, former FBI director, was just recently indicted. So this gentleman right here is saying that he's going to prison. And he just mentioned that Antifa is going to prison. Grand Vise Garden says, no, they are in Portland.
Yes. Thank you. Hey guys, by the way, if you want to help out, oh yes, I just wanted to tell all the audience, if they wanted to help out the January Sixers, we still have ongoing fundraisers to rebuild the J6ers lives. We've got guys that are still struggling.
KJ just said Tom McCann shoes. We have some comedians in the chat tonight. For those of you that are coming in, please double tap, because you're not going to see this on mainstream media. I promise you that. Unicom says America is what? America first, LOL. What a dumb comment. Does he have trick shoes to lean forward so much? And unicorns aren't real. Well, that was an exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. You heard his passion during his speech. And Will, she actually looks like Erica Kirk. Does she not? Oh my God. No, I'm not going to get too close to her respectfully, but this woman really resembles Erica Kirk. Wow. So, let me close this a little. And Jeffrey says, Trump, MAGA rocks. Ice, baby. And Real Life says, I can't read that, has 15 weapons clubs across the nation and a chapter in every state. AU says, I told you. Interesting. I'm going to have to go back, download this, and do some timestamps. But that was very interesting. Alpera, do you feel safe here? Again, in the line of work that I've done over the years, this, where I am right now, that actually could go either way. I've been deep in the most impoverished areas, which is Ward 7 and Ward 8, mostly Ward 8. That was my cousin. She does it every time where it dangerous, but this, to be quite honest with you, could be even more dangerous because there are many people out here and that are not happy with the current president, and there are a lot of people currently not happy with what's going on as far as the federal government shutdown, period. So, because if you look, the presence of Secret Service, at least where I am, is not a lot. So any of these people that are walking around freely with their backpacks, because there is not a search of any bags or anything like that, it could actually be more dangerous. So that question could be answered 50-50. Do I see gangs here? But no. As we've seen in the past few weeks, you don't need a gang. You just need one crazy nut that comes in with a bag. That could be out on one of the benches behind me. And could unleash. So, if you conceptualize and really pay attention, is any place really, really safe? It just takes one nut and an opportunity. You don't see any officers now. Anyone can walk right down that sidewalk. With anything. Now, even though, of course, if you look up top, you can't see it, but I can. There are people watching, of course, but I'm talking about here on the grounds. Anything could happen, so that's the answer. I voted for this. USA, America first. FBI has entered the room. Hey there, tree ninja. Nope, run. Trump is working at lightning speed. And Glory says,